looking forward to 500 miles from Texas. Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin make up row number 1. Green flags in the air. First attempt at 1 and 2, and already up the racetrack they go. It looks like the 4 had to go up the racetrack. There was contact made. A crazy start to this race already. 4 and the 18 moved up the racetrack.
Great, because there's no grip outside that black area that you see there. That just all of a sudden things start happening, and all it takes is one person to get out of there. We have 2 cars coming to pit road already.
Yep, Brad Keselowski's coming to pit road. He said we have a flat left rear in that, and we knew something might happen to a championship contender today. Flat left rear for Brad Keselowski, Kelly.
And now you see the 18 of Kyle Busch. He's already into the championship 4, but they've got to come and make a tire change too, and they're saying check the right side clearance. So they're pulling out the front, right front side of that car. They've had damage early in this one, Artie.
And Kelly, there is damage on the left rear of the 2 car for Brad Keselowski. They said pull out the damage, and they got it out, but a flat left rear tire. They came in plus 29. They talked about how they just could not lose a chunk of points today. This will put Brad Keselowski in an early hole.
Look who's in the picture. If you look behind the 42, you see this white car of Kevin Harvick right here showing up. And Jeff, you talked about this in practice. This turns 1 and 2 reminded us a little bit like Atlanta, where Kevin Harvick is so successful running on the bottom.
And watch Kevin Harvick, what he's going to try to do. Denny Hamlin missed the line that time. Kyle Larson's going to take advantage of it.
Easily takes the lead away from Denny Hamlin, the 42 of Kyle Larson, now up front at Texas. Out front now, a new leader in Texas. It's the 4 of Kevin Harvick, and this is how he got the lead. He was going by the 42 of Kyle Larson.
And the 42 missed his marks in 1 and 2. Just was not on the bottom of the racetrack. Steve, you said it. You know, if you miss it by a foot, you may as well miss it by a mile, and that's what happened to the 42, the 4 car. Dale Jarrett, you talked about how disciplined he is at Atlanta, and he's driving this racetrack exactly like he does there.
Kevin Harvick has never won on 3 racetracks that they currently run on, one of them being Texas Motor Speedway. So this could be the first step towards Kevin Harvick changing that statistic, but right behind him, one of the best ever on 1.5-mile tracks. He's averaged 2.8 as far as finishing position, Martin Truex Jr., but in stage 1, it's Kevin Harvick that will win at Texas. Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson and Kurt Busch top 5, then Eric Jones, Matt Kenseth, Ryan Blaney, Austin Dillon, and Daniel Suarez keeping the 24 out of the top 10. Up front, it's Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick. Hamlin has chosen the outside line. Harvick on the inside. Hamlin with a great restart. Behind him on that outside line, the 22 of Joey Logano trying to make that second line work as Kenseth goes up the racetrack just a bit in the 20.
And that 22 of Joey Logano changed right side tires right there. Remember, he, much like Chase Elliott and Matt Kenseth, had to start near the back of the field.
Here comes the 4 of Harvick. And way up the racetrack goes the 11 of Denny Hamlin. He's going to be able to keep it off the wall, but got out of the groove, and now he'll lose probably 6 or 7 spots at least.
Yeah, huge penalty whenever you do that. Just driving it a little too hard on that first lap.
Hear him feathering the throttle to get back into
trouble.
line. And problem 2, the 19 of Suarez goes up the racetrack.
Roll down the hill.
Holds the brakes. Casey Kane in the 5 also spinning. We're looking at the 19 of Suarez.
We talked about it. Real estate, right? The 19 goes into the corner, misses the bottom. We've seen cars do it all day long. Well, Daniel Suarez does it with the 5 of Casey Kane on the outside. He goes up the racetrack, makes contact with the 5, spins the 5 around. Casey Kane was doing nothing wrong. He was just trying to gather it up, run in the second groove. It's a mistake by Daniel Suarez, but not a very hard one to make. We've seen a lot of drivers overdrive the bottom, and that's what he just did.
72 laps to go in stage 2. Green flag back in the air. Great restart for Kyle Larson. Look at him trying to take the lead away on the outside as they come out of turn 2.
You can see the great run. He got through the center of the corner, but just couldn't maintain that speed. Now Harvick has him in a difficult spot. Larson not giving up. Wow.
He charges into 3, and Kyle Larson takes the lead away from Harvick. Just 165 laps to go. Marty.
And guys, for Denny Hamlin in 6, said he thinks he might have a loose wheel. Going to hang on for this final lap. He said something is definitely wrong with the 11, though. They're lucky the stage is coming to an end, Rick.
Kevin Harvick won stage number 1, and now coming up on the last and checkered flag for stage 2, it is Kyle Larson. Harvick's going to finish 2nd in this stage. Blaney, Truex Jr., Elliott, and Hamlin, all top 6 finishes for them in stage 2. That's Larson's 5th stage win. Green flag back in the air. Kenseth on the inside, Truex Jr. on the outside. Again, it looks as though Martin Truex Jr. has an advantage, but here comes the 20 of Kenseth on the inside.
Yeah, but you can see Truex be able to get back to the gas sooner than he did last time and turn his car down and take some air away from the front of that 20 car. Truex with a great restart there.
Coming to 65 laps to go. I believe anybody can make it from here on fuel, so if a caution came out, everybody would hit pit road. As far as deciding to come on the green flag conditions, I would imagine we're going to see, well,
we're going to see a caution. Ray Black Jr. in the 51 slides again, and a close call there for Jeffrey Earnhardt in the 33, avoiding.
Take it to the garage, Ray.
And you heard that. Take it to the garage, Ray. It's Hamlin and Logano up front. Hamlin won the race off of pit road and has chosen the inside line. Logano will be on the outside. Kane and Truex Jr. making up row 2. Martin Truex Jr. has run very well in that second line, side by side for the lead just in front of him. Way up the racetrack goes the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Entered low and shot up the racetrack as he enters turn 1 now.
And made it stick on corner exit. I mean, that was impressive. Everybody we've seen do that today that overdrove the entry and washed up the middle, they went way to the back, but Denny Hamlin made it work.
Harvick on the outside now of Matt Kenseth. Kenseth a little loose as he was going through 3 and 4, and that slowed him down so that 1 and 2 was a little more difficult for him. Now they're side by side for position.
Yeah, he ran up on Casey Kane, and it was like that he had more speed there and caught him a little quicker, and that really got him in trouble. And I think Kyle Larson might have just got into the wall off of turn 4.
He got in the wall pretty hard.
Kyle Larson, who's running 12th.
Oh, he's in the wall up spinning.
Spinning up through 1 and 2 is Kyle Larson in the 42.
We're done.
And now the flames rolling from out behind that car.
Fire here, Kyle. Come to a stop. Come to a stop. Come to a stop.
See, winning that down, has the brakes locked up, fire's out now.
And look at all the damage on the right side.
I seen him about 3 laps ago down in 1 and 2 get up out of the groove, and he lost a spot to Brad Keselowski.
That fire still
has the fire going.
The back of the car, back there near the fuel cell. It's got a bladder that is supposed to hold all that fuel in, but he hit it very hard, hit the wall very hard. And DJ, you saw him hit the wall earlier.
Yeah, there were a number of times that you could just see. I don't know if he had a tire that was going down, but it certainly was creating issues. And you can see here coming off of turn 4, way up out of the groove. And so that was this very lap then. Then as he went down into turns 1 and 2, got back up there again hard into the wall.
That is the 3rd straight DNF. in 2017. Hamlin on the inside, Martin Truex Jr. on the outside. 46 laps to go.
And he spun his tires a little bit, taking off.
Logano was right there on his back bumper to give him a shove. We'll see if Denny Hamlin can recover.
Nope, not able to enough. I thought maybe he got enough of a push. 3 wide down into 3 now.
And how will that work out for Kasey Kahne? On the outside of 3 wide. Kasey Kahne able to hold his position.
I don't know how Matt Kenseth got his car back to the bottom of the racetrack. I thought where he was stuck in the middle, he could never get back down, but he found a way to do it. Now watch him turn early. Get below the 11 car. There you go. That's a great move. Get below the 11 car, turn early, get the air on the nose of your car. That's how that pass happened.
As for second, Harvick trying to take it away from Denny Hamlin.
Now, can he go run Truex down? Harvick's been the fastest car in clean traffic on this run. Now he has clean air. Can he go get him?
1.28 seconds is the gap right now between Martin Truex Jr. and Kevin Harvick here in the AAA Texas 500. Can Harvick catch him? That will be the big question. Take a look at the speeds at the line. Now with 11 laps to go, Martin Truex Jr. 181.79, 182.48 for Harvick. And he's closing the gap again, but can he get by him?
The last couple laps, the 78 has not been on his marks. He's been just, again, you're talking about a foot. It's not 4 feet. It's just a little bit, but it's been hampered by these cars in front of the 78. That's taken downforce off the front and the side of the 78, and the 4 already has it, so it's not really hurting the 4. Marty.
And these lap cars certainly a factor, Jeff, as you mentioned, as the 4 closes in right there. He's asking his spotter, Martin Truex Jr., Clayton Hughes, to get as much information to those lap cars as he can, Rick.
Big wobble there for the 78. The 4 of Harvick's going to take advantage of it. He goes to the outside for the lead. Side by side as they go into 3.
And you can see that's what Harvick tried to do the time before when he wanted to run to his bumper, get the 78 a little bit loose, and then go around him. Didn't work the previous time, but it did to perfection this time.
9 laps to go. Kevin Harvick out front, looking for a guaranteed spot in the championship 4. Kevin Harvick, the 41-year-old from Bakersfield, California, a championship in 2014 when he first moved over to Stewart-Haas Racing. He and Rodney Childers immediately gelled. The team was nearly perfect. And now, it took some great turns by the 4, but Kevin Harvick can check Texas off the winless tracks. He has won at Texas Motor Speedway.
Good job, bud. Oh, great job, man. Go to Homestead.
What an incredible win for Kevin Harvick here at the Texas Motor Speedway. His first career win at this racetrack. And I want to know about the last few laps and trying to track down Martin Truex Jr. and the patience required there, Kevin, to set him up and make the pass for the win.
Yeah, the first thing I want to do is thank all these fans in Texas.
They love you there.
I'm happy to finally get to victory lane here. It's been a long time coming. Just really proud of everybody at Stewart-Haas Racing and our Mobile One Ford, but damn, it's good to be in victory lane here at Texas. Just really want to thank all my guys. I knew I had a really good car, and I knew I had to do something different. And I started driving it into turn 1 just a whole lot deeper. I saw the 42 during that, but doing that early in the race, I was just afraid I didn't have the brakes to continue to do that all day. So I waited till the end and was able to get on the outside of Martin. I got him loose as I brushed across the back, I think, and was able to get on the outside. My car was pretty good on the outside down there. So just really proud of everybody at Stewart-Haas Racing and our Mobile One Ford.